What's going on, everyone? It's Killjoy, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the fastest method to grind the Fort of the Damned. Before I start the video, I just want all of you guys really quick just to pause the video and go subscribe right now. Only 0.4% of my audience is already subscribed to me, so please go do that right now. It would mean a lot to me. Alright, let's begin. So, as soon as you load into the game, you're going to want to most likely head to Fort of the Damned. If you think that there might be any lights there, go to Fort of the Damned. So to start the Fort of the Damned, you need the 6 lanterns, which is the 6 different colored lights, and you need the ritual skull. So to get the ritual skull, there is a quest by Lorena, which is the lady in front of the tavern at any outpost. She offers a skull stash voyage, which will let you dig up a skull stash that is on the outpost. So it's only like 50 doubloons. You just buy that. You can only buy one per update, per content update, which is I think once a month. So make sure you do this with a lot of people. I do not suggest doing this like on a sloop or anything like that. You want to do this like on a galleon, and you want to have as many people as possible, and make sure they're all trustworthy people, and they won't try to just steal the Athena from you or steal anything from you. So, another way to get the ritual skull is by skeleton ships. When you sink them, they will drop a ritual skull. So we're gonna look around real quickly. We see a brigantine with an emissary over there. There's no skeleton ships right now, but most skeleton ships will drop ritual skulls, so that's another way you can get them. They are pretty easy to come by, so those are like, the key ingredient. You need to have everything. You need to have all 6 lanterns, and you need to have the skull stash, or the ritual skull. And then you also want to come to the Fort of the Damned, because there's no point in grinding for all these lights if you're going to come to the Fort of the Damned to see that the lanterns are already there. So when you go to the Fort of the Damned, you just want to go all the way upstairs and go into this hub area, and you will look at these lanterns. So these ones are not complete. If they're complete, they would have a green flame inside here, each respecting each of their colors. And there's 6 of them for the 6 different ways you can die. So there's this one, which is treacherous weather. So this is getting killed by lightning. This will be white. This is pink. This is getting killed by a player. This is blue, getting killed by a shark. This one's green, getting killed by a skeleton. This one is red, getting killed by fire. This one is purple, getting killed by a snake. So before you even try to go for these, you want to come here, because if someone has already done the Fort of the Damned during the day, and then they got offline, and you got in the same server, and you come to the Fort of the Damned, their lanterns will still be here. The lanterns will stay inside the hub until it tells you sailing with new players. That's when that white message pops up on your screen, and it'll say sailing with new players, and that's when servers can join. When servers can join, it will get rid of all lanterns, so that's how you'll know if lanterns are there or not. Or you could just come here. It's probably easier if you just come here and just try to figure out just by looking at these. So once you place all the 6 lanterns in, this is where you'll place the skull, and then you'll start it. So like I said before, you're going to want to have the biggest alliance you can. I suggest looking for group hosts. This is the best way to have some trustworthy people. Or if you have a lot of friends, have some of your friends go and see your alliance ships. That way, if they even try to go against you and just raid you, your teammates can stop them because they're your friends, and hopefully they have loyalty. So yeah, so right now I'm going to go over the easiest ways to get all of these lanterns. So this one, there are no shortcuts for this one. The best thing you can do is just have one of your buddies, as soon as you load into the game, or after you come and check this place, one of you, let's just assume you're doing a sloop, so one of you will sail the ship to the storm, holding out your sword. Holding out your sword increases the likelihood of getting struck by lightning. So you want to go on the front of your ship. That way it doesn't make a hole in the side or anything like that. That way it just makes a hole on top, so no water will come in. You want that person to die by lightning, so make sure they're holding out their sword and just keep out your sword for a little bit. Make sure you have some low health, that way you'll just die on the first lightning strike. And then when you're dead, you will see the Well of Fates. It'll have a cage thing just like this. On the Fairy of the Damned, it'll have a lantern, and you'll be able to pick it up. I will show you just in a second what that will look like after I finish explaining all of these. This player one. So the easiest way to get this player one, there are two ways. I'm not sure if this one way works though. So this one way is basically at the beginning of the game, or right after when you and your buddy spawn. This is probably, I think this still works. So you'd have one person get a blunder bomb, or get two blunder bombs. You throw one at your buddy, he'll get half health, and then he should get ready to leave the game. Or no, sorry. So the best way to get the pink lantern is to get two blunder bombs, throw one at your buddy, and then when you throw the second one, you immediately want to leave the game. Because the game will understand that it's player killed, but it does not know that it's your teammate. So you should get the pink lantern when you die. And you have to make sure you do not hold Y after you die when doing this. That way the other player has time to leave the game so you can get the pink lantern. After they get the pink lantern, you're safe to join back in. I'm not sure if this method works, but that is the fastest method if it still works. The other method, which will always work, is just going to an enemy ship. So you want to try to probably just board an enemy ship, like stay far away, make sure they're not following you or anything like that. Just board this ship, like try to be super hostile and just let them kill you. And you don't want them to know that you're just using them for the pink lantern, because then they'll come to the Fort of the Damned and try to attack you and do all that. So try to make them think that you're not there to get the pink lantern. So yeah, that you'll get your pink lantern and then you'll be able to take it. And when you're setting up all of your lanterns on your ship, you want to make sure you turn all of these lights off. If someone sees that you're going for the lanterns, they will immediately come to a Fort of the Damned, or they'll even try to screw with you. They'll try to board your ship and just take all the lanterns away from you and just set them all to the same color, which will ruin all of your hard work. This shark one is pretty easy to get. You can, while one of you is sailing, you can have one of your buddies just jump off of into the water. It takes like 5 minutes for a shark to spawn, and then it's like a 2-hit kill, and you'll just die, and you'll be able to get this. That one's pretty easy to get. Skeleton one, you can literally just blast yourself onto any island if you see any skeletons, or just blast yourself on an island, and you'll see skeletons spawning pretty soon. It probably takes another 5 minutes just to do that, just for skeletons to spawn while you're on an island. Fastest way to get the fire lantern is literally just to throw like 3 or 4 fire bombs at yourself. You'll die and you will be able to get the fire lantern. That one's pretty easy to get too. Snake one, the fastest way is probably to search up on your phone an animal app of Sea of Thieves. So this tells you what kinds of animals are at each island. Snake Island, of course, has snakes. So if you're near there, you can just blast yourself off and go die by a snake really quickly. The ones you do want to get, though, are probably skeleton. You want to get skeleton first before you get snake, because snakes are easier to find, or you can do it whatever way you think is better. But after you get snake, so you can just blast off to random islands if you don't feel like searching it up on your phone. Blast off to random islands, just find a snake and let it kill you. And so that's how you would get all of the lanterns. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when you die and where you should take a lantern from. Also, while I'm dying, I'm going to explain the kegs. So the kegs on the island, you want to really take advantage of them. Do not try to waste them. Maybe put 1 or 2 on your boat if someone is guarding your boat. You always want someone guarding your boat at all times, and you always want them looking out from the Fort of the Damned to see if they're doing anything, to see if anyone around you is doing anything sketchy. So right here, I killed myself with the keg, so I'm not going to get it, but this is where you would claim your flame. So you take out your lantern, and then you hold LT for me. I don't know what it is for PC players, probably like left click or something. But you hold it up, and you come up to this, and for Xbox players, you just click X, and it'll give you the color that you got, which means that's like the way you died. So that's how you get the lanterns. So back to the kegs. You really want to take advantage of the kegs. So in the early rounds, there's only going to be one type of color. So what you're going to want to do is just go to the hub, get that color, and raise it to the skeletons. The skeletons will then become vulnerable, and you can use the keg to just kill all of them. Or you could just have a whole team of them just slash while one person uses lanterns. So you want to use the kegs for your early rounds because it's a lot harder to use them in your later rounds with mixed colors. So in the first 5 rounds, I think, of the Fort of the Damned, there will only be one color. So, and to see which color it is, the round will start, you'll hear the music, and then just like you saw in the Fair of the Damned, you'll see hands coming out of whichever color. So if it was blue, hands would be coming out of here. There would be no hands right here because it would only be this color for the early rounds. So anytime there's hands coming out of here, that means that color will be in the round. So after a couple rounds goes by and you've lost all of your kegs, it's probably better all of your kegs not to save any in like your master or anything, because people can board you, and while you're like up here fighting, they can just keg you and just screw you over really easily. So I don't suggest putting any kegs on your mast. It's obviously up to you, personal preference. So yeah, after you're done using all your kegs, you really want all of your teammates and all of your alliances to come together in the hub. You should have 2 to 3 of you, or depending on how many colors there are, of course. You all want to grab each a different lantern. You all want to stay inside the hub, and you want to have some lantern people. So lantern people will just go up to the skeletons, shine a lantern on them real quick, make them vulnerable, and then just start slashing. You want everyone to slash. You can use a blunder if you want, but it's suggested that you slash. It's just easier, that way you don't have to keep going up there to get ammo. So you'll just have a bunch of people making the skeletons vulnerable and then just keep slashing them. And for kegs, so if you see a skeleton has a mega keg, you want to stay away. You want to make that skeleton vulnerable, and you want to just snipe at it. You really want to save the mega kegs. The reason why you want to save the mega kegs is to use it for the boss battle. The boss battle will be he'll just soak up so much damage. So you really want to use your mega kegs for the boss battle. That will just lower his health by so much, and it just make it so much easier. So try not to make those blow up. The way they mostly get blown up is if a player is next to them. So if you just run away for a couple seconds, they should stop blowing it up, and they'll, stop the fuse. So for later rounds, after there's multiple colors, it's going to be really hard to keep up. So you want to keep all the skeletons condensed, and you also want to make sure that all of the skeletons are always vulnerable. If they're not vulnerable, they'll just be infinitely attacking you, just screwing you over. You also want to target the majority of skeletons. So if you see that the majority is white, you want to go get the white lantern and just shine it and make all the white ones vulnerable. If there's one pink, I guess that's fine. Just for now, you just want to get rid of the colors based on their size. And also, so to see if they're vulnerable or not, they will be glowing more if they're impossible to kill. When you shine a light on them, they'll become like, they'll stop glowing. They'll just like, you'll be able to see their bone easier, and they won't be like, see-through. So that's how you know if they're vulnerable or not. And that's what you really want people guarding your ship. Are most likely to target you, to kind of steal all of that. So to just constantly keep slashing and shooting at the boss. Make sure you guys are not hitting each other. That would just prolong it and make it just so much worse. So you want to just keep slashing the boss. It will be that easy just to do. And the boss will keep doing this like insane explosion thing, and it's basically gonna blow you back. And it is one shot if you're really close to him, so you wanna, that's pretty cool. That's nice. Okay, so you wanna keep making sure that you get away from him when he's doing his attack. There are some attacks he'll also do, like he'll pull out his guns. It's all depending on which boss you get. So some of them will be a marksman, so they'll have 2 guns. Some of them will have a sword and a gun. They also have a grapple gun, so they'll be able to like grapple you and do crazy stuff like that. So right here, I just got pink light because a pink player just killed me. So I just got pink light. After you defeat the boss, you will get the skeleton key. The skeleton key is literally the most valuable thing. That's how you open it and get all the loot. Without it, you can't. Oh, he just carried me. Alright, that's cool. Without it, you cannot get. So without the skeleton key, you cannot open the doors at all. So before you actually open it, you want to make sure no one is in the area. You want to check all of your ships, make sure there are no tuckers, anything like that. You want to keep making sure that there are no ships around you, not even skeleton ships. Those will really screw you over. Just make sure you're all clear and then open it. If you don't feel comfortable opening it, you should probably just save it, wait a couple minutes, maybe go have someone like go leave the island just to make people think that they're leaving. And yeah, so after you think it's all clear and everything, you want to go use your skeleton key, open the door, and then this is where you really make the decision. Do you want to risk it with, do you trust everyone? And if you trust anyone, you shouldn't shoot the kegs. But if you don't trust anyone and you really want the Athena and you really just want to make sure that everything's going to be okay and no ships will just insta-sink, you just want to go for it, and you just want to tell everyone to back away and shoot every single keg inside of there. This won't damage the loot at all. This will just destroy all the kegs, and you'll be able to safely cruise without the risk of a mega keg going off. So, yeah. I usually do that. That's usually what I do. And it's like, so usually what I do is I just blow up all the kegs so there's a safe trip. And you could have, if you trust everyone, you could just have one of the alliances go and cash in all the stuff for you if you only care about doing the fort. You also want to make sure that you just stock up on ritual skulls. If you don't have a ritual skull, you should probably have one person stay at the island, and all the other ships just go and collect a bunch of ritual skulls. That way you can just keep repeatedly, just keep on doing all the forts, and it will just be really easy to just constantly keep doing them. And you want to probably do this early in the day because it might take a little bit of a while just to do all of it. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please go subscribe right now, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Also, go like the video and post any comments about any video ideas you want to see me do, and make sure you turn on notifications. I'll see you later.